Welcome to another episode of the Cat Breeding for Beginners podcast. I'm Pamela and I breed British Shorthairs in Perth, Western Australia. I have a real passion for cat breeding and exhibiting, and I want to share my knowledge and experience with you. I'm on a mission to help new cat breeders go from feeling intimidated, confused and having trouble getting started to confidently breeding happy and healthy cats whilst enjoying this amazing hobby. Before we get started, make sure you visit my website and download your copy of my helpful guide, Advice to New Breeders, where experienced breeders share some great tips they wish someone told them when they started breeding. You can find the link on my homepage at www.catbreedingforbeginners.com. Just look for the picture of Angelica with her kittens. When I first started breeding, a lot of the information that we got as new breeders was from things, probably books more than anything else. And I had a look back at some of those books recently and they are so far out of date, it's crazy. I must get around to writing something. But the thing about it was that back then we didn't have the internet the way we have the internet now. And we had groups and things, like I used to be part of a big Yahoo group, which was an email-based group, which the idea of that today is kind of laughable. And fast forward to now, and you can get information about anything at any time. So we've got so many different sources. And even if you look at the information I put out, you can see what I've got on YouTube. I've got a Facebook page. I've got a Instagram. And then I've got my website. There's lots of different ways that I'm putting out information. And my podcast, of course. So when you're new, you can get really overwhelmed by all these different information sources. And one of the things I talk about a lot, especially I talk about this a lot in the New Breeders Club, is that there are a lot of groups on Facebook. There's a lot of big groups on Facebook for breeding information. And there's a couple that are to do with health. There's ones that are to do with just your specific breed. There's ones that you're breed in your country. There's ones that are worldwide. There's lots of groups with lots and lots and lots of people on them. And the thing about it is that when you post a question about something that you want to know about because you're a new breeder, the response can be absolutely overwhelming. And I was on a list this morning, something popped up on my Facebook and I went to have a look at it. And I didn't have a look at it so much. Someone was asking a question, and when they asked the question, I thought, I'm going to go look at the replies, because it's actually crazy sometimes and a bit interesting. And the example that I want to talk to you about was a picture of a cat's poo. I don't know why my podcast keeps going back to cat penises and cat poo, but it does. So it was about a cat's poo, and there was a picture of a poop. And the person was asking, could you please tell me what's wrong with this poo? It's got this and this and this. So the poo was just a normal looking poo. It had a bit of mucus at the end of it. It was started off hard, ended up soft. That was the poo. So this person must have been very new to cat ownership, let alone cat breeding, because, you guys out there have got cats. You've cleaned a lot of litter trays. You know that cats poop in all different shapes and sizes, and they poop hard poos one day and soft poos the next day. Cats' digestive systems do change around a lot, just by the day of the week. It's Wednesday, I'm going to have diarrhea. It's Thursday, I'm going to have rock hard poo. So cats definitely do have a lot of variety of poop. But I went in to have a look at the comments because I thought that would be the place where the actual interesting stuff would be. And I was not proven wrong. In the comments, there was everything from, there was a lot of people just saying normal, normal, normal. Like just one word answers, normal. No reassurance, no support, no nothing, just normal, which is fine. But then the other interesting answers were that, the mucus is because the cat's got this with its gut and it's doing this so that it can poop properly, and it's normal for cats to have mucus on every poo that they do. And then a couple more people said normal, and then there was another post, the mucus is caused by the cat's diet. It's because you're feeding it this. If you stop feeding it this and start feeding it this immediately, then the mucus will go away, as if the mucus is a bad thing. And then there was lots of other posts about it's because of the cat's diet. You're feeding the cat the wrong diet. You stop feeding that right now, and you must feed it this. And the only way that you can ever have a healthy cat is if you feed it this diet. So pretty much people just jumping in, and any chance they get to spruik the diet that they believe in fanatically, they will. If somebody had have said their cat's coat was different, if somebody had have said their cat's eyes were different, if anything, they would have come in to spruik this diet that they're obsessed with. And it's not just one person, lots of people. Then other people were saying it was because it was a commercial diet, you need to feed raw. People were saying, I don't think anybody said if you fed raw, you need to feed commercial. People never go that way. All these different things. Your cat's got this bacteria, your cat's got that bacteria, your cat needs to be wormed, your cat needs to be this, your cat needs to be that. So many different things. The most interesting one was somebody said that you need to give your cat kefir. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. It's the probiotic drink that is for people, which is made from little grains, and it's bacterial, and you brew it, you ferment it kind of thing. It does not taste very nice. It's normally these days you get it in mixed drinks and cans. I'm not... Okay, I guess you could give that to your cat. I don't know it's going to like it, but sure. Lots of different things, lots of talk about prebiotics, probiotics, different brands of things that you could give to it. Really a long list of answers. And I just thought to myself, here's a person who clearly is new to cat ownership, let alone new to breeding. And they've asked a very simple question, and the answer should be, that looks like a healthy poo. The cat seems, you've said in your post that the cat's wormed. I think there's nothing to worry about. I think that you'll probably find over time that your cat will poop like that quite a bit. No reassurance, no support or anything like that. And I just thought it was a perfect example of why, as a new breeder, it's really hard to go to the places where you would go for information that are available to you now as a new breeder, because there's no books that are up to date. There's no, you can Google it and you'll get 1,000 different answers. You can go onto these groups and you'll get 1,000 different crazy answers and quite a bit of judgment thrown in there too. The only thing that was missing from this poop post was that nobody called the person an idiot for asking about a normal poo. That was the only thing that was missing, and I was quite happy about that. So there's lots of different places you can go. And the problem is that all of this information that's out there is very confusing. It's all very different and it's all very judgy. And the thing that's missing is that element of support and understanding. And that's why I'm really proud of the people in my new cat breeders club. Because if somebody came in and posted a picture of their cat's poo there, and I think it's happened actually if I think back, the answers would be, oh, that looks like a very normal poo. It's great. You shouldn't be worried about that. Your cat's doing fine. Sometimes it'll look like that. Sometimes it won't. My cat's had that poop as well, and it's all good. But if you have any more problems, let us know and we can talk about it. That's the answer that the person needed, really. And that's the kind of answer that my newbies, my members of my new cat breeders club, my newbies, will give each other. And it doesn't even need to come from me. And a lot of the time it does come from me, because here's the thing. I've got nearly 20 years of cat breeding experience. And when I say it's normal, it comes with that weight of it's normal because I've experienced a lot of poo. It's normal because I've experienced it. It's normal because either I myself have experienced, or I know someone who's in my breeding circle who might have experienced it. I have that to offer. But the newbies in my club, who haven't been breeding very long, most of them, although we do have a range of people in there who are first starting out, no cats at all, to people who've been breeding for a long time. We consider newbie to be a state of mind. There's people in there that, are also able to offer this level of support, and it's the care and understanding and the fact that everybody that's in the group is there for a specific purpose and wants to be there. And I'm not going to lie, they're paying to be there, and that weeds out so many negative people, because those people that are there commenting on the poo and saying all their random stuff, they're not going to be in our club. They're not going to be members of our club. That's not their place. They'll be like, why would I need to pay money to be members of a group like that? So we've weeded out all those people, and all we have left is the very wonderful, genuine, supportive people who are there because they want to learn and grow. And it's just turned into just such a wonderful community in that regard. So I guess I'm saying, if you want an alternative to being given crazy information about something simple like a cat poo, my new breeders club is probably the place to be. But the other tip I'm going to give you today is if you have any queries about your cat poo, if you're concerned about the shape, size and consistency of your cat poo, there is something that can help you. Now, there is something called a Bristol stool chart, which is used for people. And, you know, your dietitian will give it to you and say, point to the poo that's your most regular poo, so they can tell how you're pooping. And you might be able to, they can tell from that if you've not got enough fibre, if you've not got enough hydration, if you've got a bacterial infection because your poo's liquid. So there's a chart for that in people. If you Google it, this is something you can Google without getting crazy responses. If you Google Bristol stool chart cats, you'll probably find a version of a cat stool chart, which will say to you, this poop is normal and this poop is not. Or this is poop because of this and this is poop because of that. So that's something that's handy to have and look at if you're breeding cats. Because I got to tell you, in nearly 20 years of breeding, I literally have seen every poo imaginable, I'm sure. I've cleaned a lot of litter trays, let me tell you. I once found an earbud in one of them. Our big boy Wallace, our big beautiful boy Wallace, he's not with us anymore. When he was in the house at one point, after he retired, I was cleaning his litter tray and I noticed there was something bright fluorescent pink in his poop, and it turned out he'd eaten half an earbud. And that was the day that Damien was warned that he had to stop taking them out of his pocket when he came home from work and had to keep putting them in the bin. Because that was not good. But yeah, I've seen everything in a poop that you can imagine, and most cat poops are pretty much fine no matter how weird they look. And if you want a good place to chat about cat poop, oh my God, yeah, my new cat breeders club is very supportive when it comes to poop. So there's a little tip for you and a little bit of an observation, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks for listening. Make sure you visit www.catbreedingforbeginners.com, where you can find articles, guides, courses and more. Plus, make sure you check out my amazing New Cat Breeders Club. It's a supportive space where new cat breeders can learn, share and help each other. I only take new members a few times a year, so sign up to make sure you don't miss out.